Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how the subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. Our lesson number 56 is about difference between energy loss and energy wastage. Energy loss versus energy wastage. These two terms might sound similar, but they mean different things. Let's break them down in a way that's easy to understand. Energy loss. What is it? Energy loss refers to unavoidable energy that escapes during a process, even when a system is working properly. It's usually caused by physical limitations of machines, materials, or energy conversions. Examples: heat loss through wires when electricity flows, sound or heat produced by machines as they work, friction between parts of a machine that causes some energy to turn into heat. Is it preventable? Not completely. We can minimize energy loss using better technology like insulated wires, but we can't eliminate it entirely. Energy wastage. What is it? Energy wastage happens when we use energy carelessly or when it's used unnecessarily due to bad habits or outdated equipment. Examples: leaving lights or appliances on when not in use, overusing air conditioning or heating, using old, inefficient machines or bulbs, overcharging devices, or leaving chargers plugged in. Energy loss is natural and part of any energy process. Energy wastage is unnecessary and can be avoided by being responsible. Is it preventable? Yes. Wastage is often due to human action, so we can change habits and use energy efficient devices to stop it. Key difference between the energy loss and energy wasted sources. Energy loss happens during normal energy conversion. Energy wastage happens due to careless or unnecessary use. What about the cost aspect? Energy loss has physical limitations like friction, heat, and resistance. Energy wastage, the cause of that is human habits and poor system management. Energy loss cannot be avoided but can be minimized. Energy wastage, yes, we can avoid energy wastage and of course can be prevented. So, energy loss is natural and part of energy process, and energy wastage is unnecessary and can be avoided by being responsible. Energy is precious. It powers our homes, schools, businesses, and industries. But not all the energy we produce is used effectively. Sometimes it disappears in ways we can't avoid, and sometimes it's simply wasted because of poor habits or bad practices. This is where we need to understand the difference between energy loss and energy wastage. Energy loss happens when some of the energy is naturally or technically lost during its transfer, conversion, or use. This loss is often unavoidable because of physical limitations and natural laws like the second law of thermodynamics. Examples: heat escaping through walls, windows, or roofs in winter. Electricity loss as heat in power lines during transmission. Heat from an incandescent bulb that doesn't turn into light. Key point: it happens even when we are trying to be efficient. It's part of the process. Energy wastage happens when we use energy carelessly or unnecessarily. Unlike energy loss, wastage is usually avoidable and results from human habits, poor planning, or the use of outdated technology. Example: leaving lights on in empty rooms, running an air conditioner with windows open, keeping appliances on standby mode all the time. Key point: wastage is preventable with better practices and awareness. Why the difference matters? Knowing the difference helps us focus on what we can control. We cannot completely remove energy loss, but we can reduce it through better design and insulation and technology. We can almost entirely avoid energy wastage by being mindful and adopting energy efficient habits. In short, energy loss is mostly unavoidable due to natural or technical limits, and energy wastage is avoidable caused by careless or inefficient use. Thought question: if you have to choose just one, reducing energy loss or reducing energy wastage, which would save more money and why? So you need to come up with your own answer, which you can control and which you cannot. Energy is never created or destroyed. It only changes form. But during every energy transfer or transformation, some energy becomes less useful. There is where we talk about energy loss and energy wastage. Two terms sound similar but mean very different things. Energy loss is the part of energy that escapes during its transfer or use due to natural or technical limitations. This is often the result of physical laws, especially the second law of thermodynamics, which states that some energy is always converted into less useful forms, like heat. Causes of energy loss. Letter A, conduction. Heat moving through walls, ceilings, floors, and windows. Convection. Warm or cool air escaping through gaps or cracks. Letter C, radiation. Heat escaping in the form of infrared waves. Letter D, electrical resistance. Current flowing through wires generates heat. Examples in daily life: heat escaping from a hot cup of coffee. Electricity loss during transmission from power plants to homes. Heat from a laptop charger when it's in use, even when it's not charging. Key point: energy loss is partially unavoidable, but can be minimized through good engineering and materials. Example, better insulation, high voltage transmission lines. Energy wastage happens when energy is consumed unnecessarily due to careless habits, poor planning, or outdated technology. It is completely avoidable if proper measures are taken. Causes of energy wastage: leaving appliances on when not in use, using outdated, inefficient equipment, operating heating or cooling system in empty spaces. Examples in daily life: leaving the TV on with no one watching, keeping the air conditioner running with doors and windows open, charging a phone overnight even though it's already full. Key point: energy wastage is avoidable and can be greatly reduced by changing habits and using energy devices. So, comparison table: energy loss means energy escaping due to natural technical limits. Energy wastage, it's an energy used unnecessarily or carelessly. Is it available? Is it avoidable? Yeah, energy is only partially avoidable. Energy wastage is completely available. What about the cause? Energy loss is caused by physics, heat transfer, resistance, etc. Energy wastage is caused by human behavior, poor technology, bad practices. Example of energy loss: heat loss through poorly insulated walls. Energy wastage example: leaving lights on in an empty room. Solution for the energy loss: better insulation and advanced technology. Solution for energy wastage: behavioral change, energy efficient equipment. Number 4, why knowing the difference matters. For practical reason, if we know something is wastage, we can fix it right away through habit change. And financial reason, reducing wastage saves more money immediately, while reducing loss usually requires investment in better equipment or insulation. Environmental reason, less wastage and loss means less fuel burn, which lowers greenhouse. Okay. Think of your phone's battery. Energy loss. Some battery power is lost as heat while charging. You can't stop it. Energy wastage in the phone's battery. Forgetting to unplug your charger when not in use. You can stop that. Okay, formulas. Number 1, formulas for energy loss. Heat loss through a surface, conduction. So Q is equals to K times A times delta T over D, where Q is the heat loss in watts, K is the thermal conductivity of the material in watt per meter per degree centigrade, A is the surface area, delta T is the temperature difference across the material, and letter D, thickness of material N. So we will have a next part of this lesson, number 56. See you in the next part. Thank you, everyone.